So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife.
You heard the man. You best hide your kids. If you thought woke culture was bad, then I got bad news for you, buddy. It's in the schools and indoctrinating your children. The Georgia Senate race picks up steam, and one of the Democratic candidates is, how shall I put it, an AOC simping, Fidel Castro loving, white people hating, woke racist. Don't believe me? Let's get into it. One more thing. We're talking about hate speech laws too. Okay. What if I told you that certain school districts were banning books? And I'm not talking about crazy books like Nazi books or anything. I'm talking about classics like To Kill a Mockingbird or Of Mice and Men. I mentioned those because I remember reading them in school. They're great. Classic. Why are they being banned? You may be asking yourself. And it's a good question. The answer: racism concerns. You see, these books contain no-no words, like for example, the N-word. And we gotta shield out our kids from absolutely everything and rewrite our history so we don't harm them. We don't want to offend them. We don't want to traumatize them. One mother claimed her daughter was traumatized after reading the books. It's sad to say this, but that little girl is on track to becoming a BLM activist. That is bad parenting. And hey, maybe it's not their fault. Shitty school district. Personally, I'm not surprised schools are banning books and teaching fake history. Schools take their cues from universities, and our best universities are our wokest. Harvard Public Health promoted the study of one of its PhD candidates. Sounds normal, right? Yes, except that the study was called How Do I Know That 2 plus 2 equals 4? Why isn't it 2 plus 2 equals 5? I'm not kidding. Before your mind explodes, let me just briefly explain the core of their argument. They claim that 2 plus 2 equals 4 is just the Western or the white way of doing math, and that there are other just as legitimate ways of doing it, and so 2 plus 2 could actually equal 5 if you do another way of arithmetic. Arithmetic colonialism, they claim. Smart people. Harvard. Smart. Another book banning recently was not from a school, but from a major retailer. Target. Which book? This book. It talks about the craze surrounding coming out as transsexual. It's quite interesting. I didn't read the book personally, full disclosure, but I did hear the author in an interview, 3-hour interview in the Joe Rogan Experience. So I got a good sense of it. Either way, good or bad, it shouldn't be banned. Even more, when you realize that she says that adults should be allowed to transition. She just thinks that kids should not be able to. And she's absolutely right. Kids shouldn't be able to make almost any decision. Remember when Mario Lopez was almost canceled for saying that little kids should not be able to make the decision of transitioning? Remember when NBC published this headline? Mario Lopez's comments about transgender kids aren't just dumb, they're dangerous. Bill Maher, who's slowly getting over his Trump derangement syndrome and slowly regaining his common sense, remembers this incident very well.
Last year I read about how NBC held an emergency meeting to determine if Mario Lopez should be fired from his job at Access Hollywood. I thought, holy shit, did he sexually assault somebody? No, he went on a podcast, and when the host brought up the trend of liberal parents letting toddlers pick their gender identity, he said, my God, if you're 3 years old and you're saying you think you're a boy or a girl, I just think it's dangerous as a parent to make that determination. Cue the groveling apology, followed by America saying, yeah, I think Mario's right. Maybe kids shouldn't make big life decisions while you still need to make choo-choo noises to get the food in their mouth.
It's sickening and it's child abuse. Now that we're banning books and it's normal, why don't we start banning words? No, don't get me wrong, as a society, we've been banning words for a long time now. But why not make it official? Illegal. Yeah. Richard Stengel, part of the Biden transition team and actually head of the U.S. Agency for Global Media, wrote a piece arguing for hate speech laws. He's going to be in the Biden administration arguing for hate speech laws. He gives 2 examples of things he thinks should be banned. Example 1, the burning of the Quran. Example 2, the circulation of false narratives, whatever that means. Now let me explain to you why this is incredibly dangerous. First, why can't they burn a Quran if I can burn a Bible, a Torah, and the American flag? What's the difference? I can burn all of them, and I should be able to burn all of them. Number 2, you wanna stop the circulation of false narratives? Who decides what's a false narrative? Do you? Huh. False narratives like the Hunter Biden story that no mainstream media outlet covered? Is that the type of false narrative you have in mind, sir? And for all those people who call Trump a fascist, this is actual fascism. The government wants to control the media that you're allowed to consume. If we want to stop the indoctrination of our children and fake speech laws from becoming a reality, we need to make sure that the Senate does not fall into the Democrats' hands. The Georgia Senate election is very important because it would give the Democrats a majority in the Senate, and not just that. Their candidate is an AOC-style Soviet racist. Check it out.
If it is true that a man who has dominated the news and poisoned the discussion for months needs to repent, then it is doubly true that a nation that can produce such a man and make his vitriol go viral needs to repent. No matter what happens next month, more than a third of the nation that would go along with this is reason to be afraid. America needs to repent for its worship of whiteness.
All hail the white. All hail the white. All hail the white. You caught me. I was worshiping whiteness. Raphael Warnock was right. I and a third of the country have a problem. An addiction, if you will, when it comes to worshiping whiteness. I admit it. We have the problem. And for that, we must repent. Right, Raphael? We gotta repent? My socialist master? If you want to stop the psychopath from getting into office and giving the Senate to the Democrats, make your voices heard. If you can donate to the Republican candidates, do so. And hey, I understand, maybe the Republicans ain't your cup of tea, but let me tell you something, if the Democrats win, you ain't gonna have any tea. Planning on having kids, you should probably start saving a little extra money so you could send them to private school, because things are gonna get real ignorant real quick. But what do you think? Should book banning and hate speech laws become America's new values? Fuck no. But hey, comment your opinion down below. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Ginger out.